Thank you, everybody, for making the time to attend this cybersecurity Christmas edition or holiday period edition. This is being recorded. I will try and keep it as quick as possible. The idea for today is really to run over a few major things that are happening, which happen every year related to cybersecurity around the holiday period. We did put out a question and answer in our registration. We did have a few interesting answers. We were even offered cash rather than using credit card. But the theme of this event is pretty much to tell them they're dreaming. We're seeing a lot of spike in cyber attacks, and that's what this webinar is related to. So thank you very much for joining us. Those of you who don't know me personally, my name's Dean Attard. I've been in the IT industry now. I was just trying to calculate it. It's nearly 30 years. And I'm very passionate about IT. And some of my personal loves are music and fishing, which is very relevant to this webinar. The quick agenda: 'tis the season of scammers, which I will go over a bit more in detail. The current email scams that we are seeing at the moment, and the ones that will be relevant to a lot of people, both personal and at work, and some of the SMS scams that are going on at the moment, and how you can go about protecting yourself. So, 'tis the season for scammers. Last year, Australians suffered $3.1 billion in loss. So I just want you to have a think about that number, $3.1 billion. It is a huge number, and 1.7 million people are affected by, or were affected by scams last year. So we typically see a 30% increase in scam reporting during the Christmas and holiday period. So just when you break down those numbers, everybody that we know, or somebody that we know, has been affected by a scam. Someone's got access to bank accounts, and they pretty much all relate out of these type of scams. I think one of the key points that everybody has to remember, and it's just part of life now, is that everybody has an online presence. So whether that's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever it may be, it's quite easy for somebody to be able to have a look, look up who you are, where you work, get your email address, potentially your phone number, date of birth. So if you just look at, say, a typical Facebook profile, you're pretty much given a scammer all your details that they require to be able to ring a bank. I was talking to somebody yesterday who was affected by the Optus hack, and he has a Mercedes-Benz. He took it to get serviced. About a week later, he got a phone call saying that your spare key is ready to be picked up, and he never ordered a spare key. So They got all his information, jumped on his Facebook, saw his car, saw where he lives, and put two and two together, called Mercedes-Benz, gave them all the details, and lo and behold, Mercedes-Benz had a car key ready. So if they never made that call, or if they had to send an email and potentially the hacker had access to that, he probably would have lost his car. So it's really important that everything that we do, we think about how it is going to affect us online, and in the event that there is a data breach. So I know when we talk about data breaches, we think about companies and how their data can be affected and how it can have an adverse effect on the business, but it's also relevant in your personal lives. So you have to basically wake up every day thinking, how does this affect me online? What information am I putting online? So really important to make sure that we keep that at the forefront of our minds every day. Email scams. So there are a couple of main types of email scams, and these ones are really relevant around the Christmas period. Now, just before I told you that one of my favorite hobbies is fishing, and even though it's spelt differently, it is exactly the same. And we see a phishing email, which is an urgent call to action. So with a phishing email, it's exactly the same as your typical weekend fishing. You put some bait in the water and you wait for a fish to come along. And if you're lucky enough, you catch a fish. The difference is that when we go fishing, we can fish with 2 rods, 3 rods, 4 rods, 5 rods. But when you're doing email type of fishing, you can hit 1 million people, 2 million, 5 million people very quickly. And you just have to hope that somebody is going to jump on your hook. So one of the major phishing attacks is an urgent call to action. Something along the lines that your password has expired, you need to verify your email. So this is an example. It looks pretty legitimate if you don't know what you're looking for. And what these guys prey on is the fact that we are all busy and we all have other things to do. So if there is something visual that can grab your eye, that is what they are looking for. So as you can see in this email, looks very legitimate. They also are now using a reverse on the urgent call to action. It's still an urgent call to action, but it's no longer, hey, you need to reset your password. This email says, hey, your password has been reset. If you don't want this to be reset, click on cancel request. So normal busy day, people are going, oh, hang on, I didn't request a password to be reset. Oh, quick, cancel the request. Someone's trying to hack my account. So there are varying ways in which scammers try to use this urgent call to action. But one of the key factors and one of the key things to look for is the email address in which an email comes from. So as you can see at the top of the screen where it says password reset, and underneath that, it says that it's come from Microsoft password reset. So visually, it's in bold, it's black, it stands out on most screens. You look at that and you go, yeah, fine, password needs to be reset. Someone's reset my password. I better click on the cancel request. If you have a look at the email address, you can see that it's not a Microsoft email address. Now, for me, that's very easy to pick up on because I know that that's definitely not a Microsoft email address. So you really need to have a look at where the emails are coming from. That is key. That is something that you have to take away, and you have to live that. So you have to look at where an email address is coming from. This is a great one for me because this was sent to me personally. So this, if I have a look at the email, it says it's come from crashit.com.au. It's got my account. And at the bottom of the screen, it even says that it's come from the Crash IT Help Center. So this is how much effort these guys put in to trying to make things look really, really legitimate. Now, these guys probably don't know that we're an IT company. So they've sent a password reset. They've got our domain, which is very easily accessible. They've put this together and they've sent it to me. Once again, the key factor here is looking at the email address. Apart from the fact that I know we didn't send this email, once again, you can see that the email address that it has come from, it will be a legitimate email address, but it is not Crash IT. It doesn't end with Crash Technology, so it is definitely a fraudulent email. Another type of phishing email, and it is unbelievable the amount of people that get caught in this, especially around holiday time, which is, again, why we decided to run this webinar. Unbelievable deals, okay? The age-old saying, if it's too good to be true, it is. So if we have a look at this email that's come out, get a $100 gift card from 7-Eleven. And the mentality behind this is, well, I use 7-Eleven for petrol for my car. All I need to do is click here and I'm going to get a $100 gift card. Another great one, well done. We've picked you out of 10 million customers. Now, you might not have even given them your email address, but you see this and you go, oh, did I? Maybe I gave them my email address somewhere. So if it's too good to be true, it is. It always is. It always is. So I'll quickly move across to SMS scams, things that you need to be aware of. Now, the one that is really, really relevant at the moment is this type of SMS. You've got a package delivery coming. Hey, we need to make sure you're going to be home. We need to make sure somebody's going to be home. Please click on this. Please click on this to set your delivery time. Now, these are getting a lot harder to determine which are fake and which are real. But the key thing to have a look for is the email address. So if it's not the actual company, then you wouldn't even look at it. Okay, I would go on this one and back to the theme of this webinar is tell them they're dreaming. I'm not clicking on it. That gets deleted. So I just want to run over what is a legitimate SMS and what you need to be aware of. So typically, we all ring our bank from time to time, financial institution, to reset our password. Now, the key point here is that I rang the bank or I rang the financial institution. So I have made the call. I am talking to them. They say, hey, we're going to send you a verification code. Can you read it to me off your mobile? Now, I called the bank. So I called the bank number. The bank will never send an SMS, or your financial institution will never send an SMS unless it is triggered by you. So if I was to receive this SMS and I hadn't called the bank, well, then I would know there was a problem. But if I'm on the phone with the bank, that's a legitimate SMS. Once again, this is also a legitimate SMS. Again, I went to reset my password. I went to reset my password. So I got a security code from the bank, and I have entered that. So it is really important that, and I'll cover them in a second, it's really important that you understand what has happened before to get these types of SMSs. So I've initiated, I made the call, I did. That is key to most of these scams. They want you to think, or they are trying to get you at a vulnerable time. You're in between meetings. You've got to pick up the kids. Christmas is coming. You've got to finish all this stuff in 10 minutes. Everybody's rushing. And they count on the fact that you will just be called to act. So how to protect yourself. So look out for the signs. Look out for the things that I've just shown you. They are key factors in stopping scams. Now, most people here would go, oh, well, that's simple, like that's easy. But it is amazing how many people do not look out for those signs. Call your bank, your financial institution, whoever it may be. If something's happening, you get an SMS, somebody rings you. I had a meeting with a customer the other day, and they got a password reset from the bank. I don't know if you're on here, but if you are, I won't say your name. Got a call from the bank. Got a call from somebody who said they were the bank. Said, hey, we've just sent you a SMS. Can you please read me the code? And once again, preying on the fact that they are busy, super busy, doing lots of things, they gave the code. Luckily enough, at the time, the financial institution blocked the login. But that's how quick and easy it is. It's so quick, so easy. Do a quick online search. We've all got access to our phones. Do a quick online search. See if it doesn't look right, just do an online search. Just, hey, has this type of scam been reported? And you'd be so surprised. You just start reading, oh, yep, I got this message, I got this message, I got this message. So do a quick online search. Call someone. Okay, you guys all know that you can call us. For those of you who are our customers, you know you can always call us. It's very easy for us to spot those things, but it is always better to be safe than sorry. Now, never give out your passwords or any codes to anybody. There is no need unless you have initiated the call. Okay, so back to the bank and the financial institution one. If you have made the call and you are expecting an SMS, yes, fine, no problem. But if you're receiving these SMSs out of the blue, it is really important that you don't give out any of this information. And the last point is read your messages. Really, really important that you read your message thoroughly. Once again, these guys are sweating on the fact that you are busy, you are running a business, you have kids to pick up, you have things to do, you have places to go. They are hoping that you don't read the message, you don't look for the signs, and that you quickly respond. You use the call to act, and you act on impulse. That is the worst thing that you can do, is act on impulse. Take the time, take a deep breath, read the message, see what it is, see where it's coming from, and how you can respond. And if you're not sure, follow these steps, and they will save a lot of people a lot of heartache. Because a lot of times it's not only the loss of money, it is identity theft, like we had with this guy with the Mercedes. And if you give out this information, once you give out the information, it's gone. It's not like you can change your name or your birthday. Well, you can, but not quickly. So it's really important that you take all these little snippets and implement them in your daily life. This webinar hasn't only gone out to our customers, it's gone out a bit public. I think we've got well over 100 participants. So it's really important that you take these things away with you and implement them in your daily life. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I really appreciate everybody jumping on. That's all for the content. We will stick around and do some questions and answers if you have any. But from me and the team at Crash, I'd like to thank you all for jumping on. I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. And just getting back to the theme of our webinar, we're going to go over some of the messages that we got, and we'll be sending out a little gift to some of the more creative answers that we got. So I'm going to hand back over to Kultar, and have a great day, everybody.
Thank you very much, Dean. That was entertaining and informative. See, I'll be honest, I work in sales in IT, and I myself has clicked on some of these emails. Luckily, there was so fast who blocked it. That's happened twice to me. So just make sure if you ever come across any of these emails, just take a screenshot, put it in an email to support@Crash Technology, or pick up the phone and give us a call. 935-91444.
Kultar, do you want to open for any questions?
Yes, we are open for questions right now. So you can put them in chat. You can unmute yourself. Please feel free.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, Steve.
Yeah. We hear about the AI tech and the technology now. Apparently, tell me if this is correct. If we pick up a call that's a scammer, not knowingly, they actually, do they record your voice and then sort of string your voice together and then make the call on your behalf to an institution, a financial institution, something along those lines?
That is a fact. It is just something that is going to become more and more prevalent in daily life. I myself now wait to hear what I can hear on the phone before I say hello.
So it's not so much for having your voice. It's basically having that private data. So if you are going to be speaking over the phone, it's not about the ums, the ahs, the hellos. There are some scams which my family back home in India have faced, or my uncle got a call apparently from me with a similar voice, similar accent, asking for money. So then the first thing he did is send me a message on WhatsApp, like, why in this situation? So it is common. People are using AI. We have to be aware of sharing personal data. It's the personal information which will get us into financial strife, or another word would be into a financial issue.
Just on that, Stevie, I think we've all faced the phone call that comes in and says, "Oh, hi, can you verify your information?" And I usually say, "Well, you're calling me, so you know who I am." And if they don't participate in that call, I just hang up, because if I'm not giving out that personal information. So AI is prevalent. It is happening now. It is going to become the next ransomware big thing that will happen. So I hope that answers your question, Stevie.
It does. Thank you.
Bettina has posted a question in regards to an email which comes through which is suspicious. Should we ask for that email to be blocked? Yes, we can. Sorry, Dean, you were going to.
Yeah. So Bettina, that's a good question. And what's happening? So, I ran through the presentation and I showed you the email addresses that change. So what a spammer will do, they could send that same email from 100 different email addresses. So it is a tedious task. We do that for our customers now, by where Debbie may receive an email from, it says Bettina, but if you have a look at the email address, it's not Bettina. And then you can send us that email and we'll block it out of your email. It's just a tedious task. It can't be done any quicker. That's just the process.
You can block that email. You can also block the subject lines as well. Sometimes I get the same subject line. Could be spam, could be also some sort of a phishing email. You can block it from a subject line, but that's something which we will help you with. Take a screenshot, email support@Crash Technology. You can CC me, sales@crashtechnology.com.au, or kulthar.khatra@crashtechnology.com.au, and we will look into that.
And the other big email that I've received recently is, "Hi, good morning, Dean. I have some bad news for you. I installed a virus on your computer and I've recorded you. If you don't want me to put your video on the internet, please pay me X amount of dollars." So they just try to change it up as best they can, and they try to get that call to action. They want that call to action. So that's
don't get intimidated. Just be open with us. Let us know. We'll have a quick quiz and clear it out.
Any more questions, guys?